Hi, I'm David. Many years ago, in 1943, social scientist Abraham Maslow developed what he called the hierarchy of need that we have as human beings. And very often what we find is that people get stuck somewhere along the way in meeting their needs and really don't grow as much as they possibly can. And I want to outline the hierarchy of need and talk with you just a little bit about some of the ways that you can really grow through that entire process. What Abraham said is that on the most fundamental level, we as human beings have basic biological needs for water, for nourishment, and for warmth. And if that need is met, we can go on and work on some of the higher level needs. What we know about, for example, homeless people is these needs sometimes aren't met. And because they're not met, they're not able to move on to meeting some of these other needs that we have as human beings. But for the vast majority of us, those basic biological needs are met. What Maslow said is the next level of need is to feel safe. Not only physically safe, but emotionally safe, and intellectually safe, and socially safe, and even spiritually safe. I think this is one of the things where an awful lot of us get stuck because we've really lost the ability to feel safe with one another on some level. And when we can't master all of the safety needs that we have trouble moving on to that very next tier, and then the fourth and even the fifth. What we see a lot of times, or what I see a lot of times in counseling, is a husband and wife have lost the ability to feel safe with one another, to talk with one another about intimate issues and what have you. And interestingly enough, when that feeling of safety isn't there, guess what suffers? Their ability to show affection with one another, or to have love needs met as human beings. We all have them. We all have to know that we're loved and that we're cared for. But if we're not feeling safe on some level, especially a conversational or an emotional level, it just doesn't work. Even on an intellectual level, when a child, for example, is told that he's asking a stupid question, or he's put down for asking questions, he learns that he's not safe to ask those questions. And when he's not safe, he starts hiding and starts pulling back and starts being reserved and starts withholding and really doesn't feel loved at all. So you can see how vitally important it is for us as human beings to not only know that we're safe physically, but safe on an emotional level and a spiritual level as well. Christ died, for example, for us as believers so that we could know that we are safe with him and with God and what have you. And because of that, then we can know that we're loved. Well, the next level that Maslow talks about is the self-esteem level. And likewise, the only way that we can really start feeling good about ourselves is know that we're able to be loved and we're able to love other people. And they'll respond to that love in a warm and inviting kind of way. And as we do that, then we can be working on how we feel about ourselves, on having a healthy and an accurate self-esteem. Maslow has one more level that I think is vitally important for us to remember, and it's what he calls self-actualizing. And that's living up to our full potential. When we realize that we are made with all kinds of capacities and all kinds of potentialities, and we have wonderful talents and we have gifts that God is going to use to bring glory to his kingdom and to serve other people and what have you, I think that it's important for us to be whole people in as much as we possibly can. So I think it's important for us to do sometimes a safety check and just ask ourselves, do I feel safe in every part of my life? Do I feel safe in my relationship with my wife if I'm married? Do I feel safe in my relationship even with peers or friends? Do I feel safe in my relationship with God? And if the answer is no, then there's a good chance that you're stuck on this level and you're really not having an opportunity to move up to meeting these higher needs. So double check, do a check and see where you are not feeling safe perhaps, And if you are not feeling safe, who can you talk to? Who can you go to that will help you to understand how to reach that safety level, so that then you can start meeting these affection needs that you have. You can start giving affection from a solid base, and by that then you can feel better about yourself, and you can really start fully actualizing and being the person God made you to be.